Yo, what the deal? It's your boy X.E.L.O. Welcome back to the channel, man. Thank you. Yes, you. Thank you for coming back. But if you are new here, do me a favor and like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. See, that'll let you know when I drop another video. Today, I'm actually going to be going over another audio interface on my audio interface journey. All right, so today I'm going to be doing the Revelator io24 from Presonus. We're going to check it out. They have a really cool interface that they have to do like vocals and doing compression and EQ in there. So we're going to check it all out in this video. Let's go. All right, so here is the overhead view of the device itself. It's pretty small, about the size of my hand. It has a very interesting slope to it. Like there's a slope on here that it uses. You have your option for your mics or line ends in the front, right? You have an option to click on your number 1 or your number 2, and you have your presets set up. So this thing actually has its own presets set up in it, so that if you're doing certain kind of recording, you can actually change the presets in there really easy just by even pressing the button on here. You have your mute button here, you have your knob or wheel here, and if you press it in, it'll change to different things like your headphones, your computer to USB connection, how loud it is. That is controlled by this knob right here. And it has a little screen on there, so it'll show you all the things that you're changing on this little screen here when you're using these dials. So let's go to the back. All right, and on the back you have a USB-C, which is amazing. USB-C is great. You have MIDI in and a MIDI out. You have your main right and left, and you have an option for your headphone jack right here on the back. Everything is controlled by the front knob, so you have to press it in order to turn it to do different things on this interface. It's pretty cool, so let's plug it in and see how it looks with some color on it. All right, when you plug it in, you see the little screen lights up, and now you have your option to see your speakers. So this is right now is on speakers. It has like a speaker icon there. So if you press this in, now it's on the headphone icon, as you can see, and you can move, this as you want to. You also have the option to do like left and right for your stereo in, or going out to your speakers or your headphones right here. This is like the leveler for it. I think that's pretty cool. So like I said, you have your option for your 1. So this is the 1 track. This would be this input here, right? And you have your 2, and this would be for your 2. All right, so let's check out the interface on the computer so you can kind of see how it actually looks with their setup for Presonus. I think this is a really cool product. It comes with a couple of things with it as well. One of them being Studio One Artist Edition, so you can actually get Studio One if you do purchase this device, which is really cool. So you get to feel out Studio One if that's something that you want to actually do. I know I do mostly Cakewalk on this channel, but there are other options out there that you guys can check out. So let's keep going on. So I really think this is a cool device. It gives you a lot of options that a couple of other ones don't really do. There's certain things that I'll tell you about at the end that I'm not that fond of, but it does seem like a really good interface. The sound quality is great, but let me hook it up, put the mic in here so we can actually test it out and see how it actually works. All right, so here we are in Cakewalk, and what I'm actually doing is setting up the microphone so that you can actually hear it. So I'm gonna turn it on. So now we have the mic on, and we need to turn up all the settings. So what's really cool about this is that it does have its own settings where you can do all this from inside this universal control option here, right? So it's showing me what the device is. It's telling me the sample rate, the blocks, output and input. And if I just click in here, it'll open up another window. And this is the Revelator io24. This is basically the setup. So you have options for echoes. You could do a broadcast just for vocals on here if you wanted to do just vocals. You could do broadcast. It has this this icon here that shows you OBS signal. So basically you can open this up in OBS and use this as your audio, basically like podcasting option if you want to do that from this device. I think that's super cool, right? You have this option here that'll show you like all of your effects for each channel that you have. So I can turn on this 48 volts here. This is where the tracks are. So this is channel 1, which is the mic is actually plugged into. So if I hit on this, this will actually turn on the microphone itself. And then I will just have to move this gain knob here so I can turn up the gain. Check. So now I'm actually hearing the microphone in my headphones. You guys probably can't hear it yet because it's not going out of anything inside of Cakewalk. It's just showing me what's in the system. All right, so now I have my mic on and it's pretty turned up to the max here. So I can probably bring it down just a little bit, but it does have an option of 60 dBs of gain that you can actually put on right here. And you also have options for your high pass filter. You have a gate, you have a compressor, you have EQ, and you have a limiter. And you can even change these as well. So if you wanted to do, you know, like a high pass filter at 60 or 160, you can hit this little drop down here and change this to a different kind of gate. So you have your vocal comping, so you can do different type of compressors on here. So right now it's on the vocal compressor. You could just do a de-esser if you wanted to just do that, if you feel like you have too much S's in there, or if you have a bass plugged in here or acoustic guitar. Really cool, right? So you have an option for EQ. So you have an option to do for different voices. Looks like a female vox. You have keys, acoustics, and just regular vocals, vintage, a mid boost. So you have all these things in here. And you also even have a limiter to limit the sounds that are actually going out through this device. Really, really cool. If you wanted to get more in detail and see the actual effects, you could click on this little button here. When you click on that, it'll actually show you, like, this is the high pass, this is the gate itself. So you see the gate, this is the compressor. It looks like a 1176 compressor that they're actually using inside here. There's probably different ones. You have a tube, a FET, and a standard. So if you do standard, you could do a tube, which looks like a LA2A, which is pretty cool. And you have the FET. So you can have any one of these on here, and it does affect whatever is actually coming into the mic itself. So really, really dope. You have an option for your EQ. As you see, it's EQing these sections here, and you also have a limiter, which is really fire. And you have your option for a delay here if you want to have a delay on the vocals. So you can do all that right in here. This is before it even hits the computer. So really, really dope. I really like this features and options in here, and I like to be able to do this. But you know, I'm an interface guy. I like to actually touch the interface to change things. And that's one knob, I don't know. I'm not fond of the one knob kind of thing. But you know, it does work for some people. I'm just not one of them, I guess. All right, so you have option to turn on like your reverb right here. You have a virtual A and a virtual B. This is basically for like the OBS stuff. This is for your playback, so you can actually hear the stuff back from the audio interface. And like I said, these are your channel 1 and 2. So I think this is a really, really cool options that they do have. And if you do have OBS, you have this here for like scenes. So like if you have different scenes set up for vocals, you can do it right here inside of the Presonus Revelator io24, right? So really, really cool. And of course you have your options to reset a couple of things on here, and you can like reset everything itself. And I believe that's what this button is on here. I think it's a reset button to kind of reset everything. I was saying it's a loop back, but I don't think it's a loop back. I think it's just like a reset to bring everything back to a default kind of setting, right? So you even have like streaming mixes. So we have different mixes over here. So if you have stream A, which is like, I guess this virtual A kind of thing. So you have an option to do just the streaming just from this section A or mix A, and you have a mix B. and you also have a main option as well. So I think this is really, really cool. I like this whole setup in this interface. But let's hear how it sounds inside the DAW so you guys can kind of hear what everything is sounding like. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Yeah. 1 2 1 2. All right. So the mic sounds really good. It does have an echo on there, so that's because of the natural delay that you're actually going to get, or feedback from the system itself. But it's not too bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can really hear myself. I don't have any issues hearing myself back either. So let's get into it. Let's record or lay something down. Y'all know the routine. Let's get it. Right, and right here I'm having my feedback. I have it on record, and we're going to record this little section right here. So let's start. Yep. I know what it is. Another one. No DJ Khaled though. Holla. Yeah. Now when I split splatter your chit chatter, I rip rappers, it don't matter. This fat bastard causes disasters. My sound waves like water, flooding the streets. Now a cat from the hood, you get a chance to eat. I break down the barriers just to get in the mix, trying to hold the industry, knock it down like a pit with a fierce bite. I stab you in the neck with a knife. I'm like a psychopath killer when I get on the mic. All right, and we were able to record that in. It looks like it looks pretty good. Let's hear it back and see exactly what we did. Yep. I know what it is. Another one. No DJ Khaled though. Holla. Yeah. Now when I split splatter your chit chatter, I rip rappers, it don't matter. This fat bastard causes disasters. My sound waves like water, flooding the streets. Now a cat from the hood, you get a chance to eat. I break down the barriers just to get in the mix, trying to hold the industry, knock it down like a pit with a fierce bite. I stab you in the neck with a knife. I'm like a psychopath killer when I get on the mic. Yeah, I think that sounds really good, man. Like, I can't really say anything other than that. It sounds great. Especially when you get the option to actually EQ before you actually get it into the mic. The fact that you have all that already set up with this audio interface makes it really, really dope. I know there's a couple of other ones out there that you can actually do this with, like the Antelope one. I believe there was another one that I used that also did this as well. But it just helps out the overall vocals if you're actually having something touching your vocals before it actually comes into the DAW. And I think this does a really good job at that. Overall, yeah. So overall, a really great product. I think it does have some things about it that I really don't like, is the fact that when I like shut down my computer, it pops my speakers, and there's a lot of audio interfaces that do that, and this one does do that. That is a pet peeve of mine. Like, I can't take that. Like, I don't like the fact that it pops the speakers. Other than that, price-wise, layout-wise, and the fact that you can actually incorporate this with your OBS, like it'll sync with your OBS, I think that's super fire. All right, guys, so let me know. What do you think about the Revelator io24 by Presonus? Do you think it's something that you may be interested in getting or not? But like I said, the vocals did come out really clean. I really like the fact that you can add effects to the vocals. It's just a couple of little things that are not quite fitting for me, but it may be fitting for you. All right, and with that being said, that's pretty much the end of this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. Please make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the channel. Leave a comment below for me. All right, and once again, it's your boy, X.E.L.O. Till next time, people. Peace.